Hi everybody, Alexandra from Divine Reconnections. Great to see you all again. Great to do another series of videos. I think I'm going to be focusing on the chakras in these next series of videos because I get a lot of questions about, I have this physical reaction. What could it be has popped up recently and I'm feeling this way. So I've been getting a lot of questions around what are the chakras? What are the emotions that are associated with the chakras? How can I move a particular energy of chakra if I feel like things are happening in my life? Decided to put this together because I know it can totally help give you an understanding of what the chakras are, what do they mean, and so I'll go through them again in this video and really explain so that way you can get a good idea of exactly what is each chakra, what are chakras. Sometimes I get that a lot of questions, especially people who have never heard of chakras before. And so when I relate with chakras, I like to talk about chakras like acupuncture points. It's something really people can grasp and understand. Just like your body has acupuncture points that affect you physically and mentally and emotionally in those acupuncture points, so does chakras. We have seven basic chakras that we have in our bodies, and those seven chakras, I like to think of them as discs. They go down in a straight line in our body, and those seven chakras that are like discs, if you think about it, are all in an exact energetic points in our body. And those energetic points, those chakras, can get affected from our lives, from the stories that we live, from previous past trauma that we've experienced, where those chakras pull in energetic stories. They pull in emotional, energetic stories that get blocked into those areas, and they block us. And once our chakras are blocked, we start to feel stuck, we start to feel emotional, we start to feel shut down, we start to respond to a negative mindset. So many things can happen when one or more of our chakras shut down. And generally, if one shuts down, so does some of the others, because all of the seven chakras are interlinked with each other, and one does affect the other. And the crown chakra, just to start from the top, the crown chakra is at the top of your head. This is your wisdom and knowledge. This is where all of the information comes in. This is how you process information as it comes in the crown chakra from your guides, from your angels, from source, from whatever is your person, whatever is your spiritual person that you connect with. That information comes from them. That is all the information that we process. It's also information we process from reading, watching television, studying magazines, picking up information as we're living our daily lives, right? All of that information that we process comes into our crown chakra. And it's basically beautiful white light. I always like to envision beautiful white light around my crown chakra. Sometimes people also can envision like a dark purple also in that area, and that's where information comes in. You process it. It's very tied to your third eye, which is the middle of your forehead, where you're intuitively connecting to that information, intuitively feeling that information and understanding, okay, what am I supposed to pick up from that information? What am I supposed to resonate from that information? The dream works we have, right? That's a very third eye as well. But as that we have those dreams, that information comes in our head, and that knowledge, that wisdom, that deep information, that understanding, the higher self understanding comes in through that crown chakra and really starts to absorb into our brain and become a story, become a mindset. That's how our mindsets that we have right now, that you have a particular mindset, whether it's positive or negative, that kind of sits in that crown chakra, it sits in that brain. So it's very important to clear out the crown chakra as much as possible. So that way you have a clarity of thought, right? The brain fog that we get when we're exhausted, we're tired, it's our crown chakra just being clogged. And so it's important to unclog that crown chakra so that way you can have clear thought. You can think clearly. You're not emotional. Like when we become emotional, our crown chakra gets shut down because all of the emotions, all of the stuff is sitting up here. And so we can't always think clearly. We can't always respond clearly. So that's a great example of the crown chakra being shut down. I like to call the crown chakra as the word I understand. It's white, it's lavender, it's that white and purple. It's your spirituality, it's your connection, it's your higher self knowledge. All of that is your crown chakra. And like I said before, your third eye is in the middle of your forehead. That is that we all have We all have a psychic, intuitive muscle and bone. It's whether you turn it on in this lifetime, whether you connect to it in this lifetime. But I like to always say everybody is psychic to a certain extent. We all feel stuff. We all feel things intuitively. We always feel like what you hear, I really feel it in my gut, right? That's that third eye talking to your solar plexus, which is your power. That's your gut. That's where you're connecting to, like, man, I really feel something about that person, or I don't resonate with that person. There's something off about that person. There's something off about where I'm at this area. Those are great examples. I went to Rome one time and we were walking one of the ruins and I was so nervous. There was just something intuitively that was telling me we do not need to be walking that at night. I could feel like this nervous flutter all of a sudden come through me, this really heavy energy. That's a great example of my intuitive third eye starting to speak to me. You need to get out of here. It's not safe at night. This is not a safe area. And I always remembered that memory. Long story, another story for another day. If you ever see me asking about that story, it was quite comical, actually. We ended up walking that path in Rome and it probably was not in our best to walk it. But my third eye back then was clearly telling me, giving me the signals something is not right. And so that really is your third eye. And your third eye is the I sense, I feel. It's the color purple. Usually it's like a darker version of purple. It is your intuition. It is your psychic information. It's your channeling. It's your dream work. All of that comes in your third eye. And I always say your third eye, which middle of your forehead, is very much connected to your ears. So for those that channel, it comes through the ears, comes through your sinuses, processes in that third eye. So for me, channel, and I'm channeling from the guides and the angels and the spirit guides and the archangels. I'm channeling information. And so I hear everything. They're telling me everything. That all comes through my ears. Sometimes I can see colors. Sometimes I see wings on people, for example. So that's all psychic information that comes through me. And that's really important to always keep on, right? That psychic information and that crown knowledge is so connected because it gives you the ability to connect. If you're going through something, if you're needing clarification, if you're like, is this thing in my highest and best? Is this person in my highest and best, right? Going psychically, intuitively within and connecting to that crown chakra, connecting to your third eye, it really does give you the right answer. It gives you, okay, this is what is in your highest and best. This is what you should do. And so that's that third eye section. Your throat section is the I speak. It is your throat chakra. This, especially right now, is so affected because this has everything to do with boundaries. Do you put boundaries vocally down for yourself? Do you say no when you should? Do you say yes when you're supposed to, or do you not say yes because out of fear, right? Out of fear for, I'm just not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable saying that. I'm not comfortable saying no to people. I'm not comfortable saying yes. I should say yes more often. How many times have we said that? Your voice not being heard. Feeling like when you do speak, do people actually hear you, or does that they just blasé past you and they don't recognize your voice? Your voice is not heard. Is your voice blocked? Do you have trauma in your younger childhood where you didn't have the ability to speak? It was unsafe to speak, or when you speak, abuse happened. That was very similar to my situation. So I learned to not speak as a child. It was just not safe for me to do. So I was very silent most of the time. And so that's throat chakra. That really gets blocked with people because their inability to put boundaries down, their inability for their voice to be heard, or their voice is not good enough to be heard. It's not safe to be seen, so the voice is not seen, is not used. All throat chakra, great examples of when our throat chakra shut down. And that throat chakra is a blue chakra. It's a blue color. And so I always like to put like a blue sodalite on there. Blue sodalite is a powerful crystal. You can look it up. It helps with moodiness. It helps with grounding your emotional energies and really helps you be able to move the energies in your throat chakra. So that is what your throat chakra is, all about communication, speaking your truth. Do you speak your truth unapologetically? Do you put your boundaries down unapologetically? I really use that and I really move that type of energy with my clients because it is about the more you are you unapologetically, the more grounded you are, the more your soul is connected to you, the more you in your powers. And that throat chakra can affect so many things. It can affect our power in our solar plexus. It can affect our heart because we don't put the boundaries down we should. So we don't give ourselves the self-love we should, right? Do you tell yourself you matter? Do you tell yourself you're lovable? Do you say, I deserve to have good in my life? I deserve to have my voice be heard. Do you say those things? All throat chakra. Heart chakra is the blue. It's the heart chakra is green. It is one of the most powerful, I think, chakras in the body. This is everything to do with self-love and love for others, connection to others. It is the I love symbol of the chakras. And you can put a green stone on here, any sort of green stone. You have green calcite, you have green tiger. Moldavite is insanely powerful. Moldavite is probably one of the most powerful crystals on the planet because it comes from Mother Earth. Some of it is made from volcanic ash, so extremely powerful, extremely rare. But I love to put Moldavite on my heart. I love to use it. I have beautiful green calcite stones as well that I put on there. And everybody struggles with the heart chakra. Everybody struggles with self-care. Everybody struggles with loving themselves enough and feeling enough and saying I am enough and self-worth. Do I feel worthy of myself so other people can see me for who I am and other people can love me for who I am? Or do I not feel loved and I block myself to love because it's too scary to love? I get disappointed from love. I get disappointed from friends when I show myself the real person I am. That's heart chakra, and that's heart chakra things. Your power is the middle of your stomach. It is your solar plexus. It is the color yellow. It is I do. I like to attribute it to the I do. I am powerful. I do things from my place of power. Again, has to do with self-confidence. It has to do with self-worth. All your self-worth stuff's in there. When you don't feel like you are worthy, your power shut down. And when your power shut down, you have the inability to stand up for yourself, to ask for that job, to ask for that promotion, to ask for that raise, to ask for receive. You want to receive. To feel motivated that you can say, I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. I can do a podcast. I can do classes and workshops. I feel powerful enough to do those things. I feel powerful enough to ask for whatever I want. I feel power enough to be fearless. That's all fearless. That's power. That's solar plexus. When that is shut down, all of those things can't happen. You don't have the motivation. You don't have the inspiration. You don't have the desire to do things. That's all solar plexus, and that's when it's shut down. And that's your color yellow. And you can put a yellow stone on there. Yellow calcite is probably one of my favorites and easiest to do. Golden healer is another beautiful yellow crystal I use that to place on there that is extremely powerful. And when that is shut down, when you're shut down with your solar plexus, then that affects your heart, because if you're not worthy and you're not powerful and confident, then you don't think you're worthy enough and good enough to be able to be appreciated, loved, and for you to do anything. You won't be able to speak because you're too afraid that you're not worthy enough and you're not good enough and not powerful enough. And as you can imagine, all those things get affected. And then your sacral is your belly button. That is your emotions. That's where you hold your all your creative juices. It's the I feel. It's where you feel things. You feel the emotions. If you've actually had trauma, that chakra is shut down. That's completely shut down. Because most people's who've had any sort of trauma in their life don't get connected to their feelings. They're very disconnected. So that chakra is very shut down. And that is color orange. And that is all about feeling. It's your sexuality. It's your creative juices, right? When you are not doing something creatively, you're shut down. That inspiration, feeling inspired, sacral chakra, manifestation in abundance, and feeling like you're manifesting and having abundance. That's your sacral. That is one of the most important areas to wake up, because that kind of also drives your solar plexus, drives your heart. It drives those areas to help you to be able to do things and to be in your power and to feel loved and to feel like you're heard. And speaking how you're feeling, so important to speak how you feel. Cannot say that enough. That's going to be a whole new other series, but that is what your sacral is. And it's feeling that passion, right? Do you feel passion for things? Do you feel passion for what you're doing? Do you feel passion for yourself? Do you feel passion for sex? Do you feel passion for Do you feel sexy yourself? Do you feel good looking? Do you feel handsome? All of those things is your sacral. And when that's shut down, of course, you don't feel those things. Maybe like libidos, right? People have had trauma, their libidos are a lot slower because their sacral shut down. So it's about refiring that area so they feel inspired and passionate. And that's the color orange. And I love to use raw citrine, raw orange citrine. You can also have orange calcite. That is a beautiful stone, but I love raw citrine because raw is like a burnt orange, and it's a burnt orange color, and it's just incredibly powerful from regards of a manifestation energy. So it really wakes up that area. And then your root chakra is the I am. It is your safety, security, your survival, right? Do you feel like you can survive? Do you feel like you're grounded enough where you're feeling secure, you're feeling stable, right? That is all root chakra. So if that is shut down through the day, like I said, that is where you're going to be very emotional throughout the day. You're going to be like a roller coaster ride all day, strong one moment, emotional the next, tired the next, moody the next. That is your ground chakra, the root chakra being shut down. And that is red. That is the color red. And so that you can put like a red tiger. You can put a red tiger, which one of my favorite crystals. It's this one. It's a raw red tiger. It's very powerful. I love this stone. That's something you can put there. You can also find a red raw citrine. They have those type of crystals. You can put that in that area. Tourmaline, anything black as well. Tourmaline, hematite, onyx, kyanite, shungite, all of those also are great root chakras, root crystals to put in your root chakra to help recharge it. So great thing you can do once a week is just get crystals, all the crystals of the root chakra, lay on your bed, put on some YouTube meditations, and then lay the crystals on the body and just imagine as if all of the chakras are cleaning out they're cleaning out those emotions, they're cleaning out those energies. Imagine too that the chakras, when they're working, I always tell people counterclockwise to clear, clockwise to heal. So when I do chakra work, I like to go through my body, I like to go through the chakras, and I will actually counterclockwise each of them and imagine that stuff coming out. And then once I go through do that, I go back to the body and clockwise each of the chakras and imagine light just making those discs, those chakra discs go back clockwise, bringing light back in and healing the body and bringing light back in and healing the body and bringing light back in there. So that way it closes up the root chakra and it brings light back in to recharge the chakra area. And when you do that, you actually feel very lighter. You feel a lot more lighter, a lot more grounded, a lot more sure and confident yourself. So those are a great activity to do when you just need to have a chakra clearing. You can do it once a week. It's so good for you. Put on some music, put those crystals on the body, and then just go through counterclockwise, clear, clockwise, heal. Just wanted to put that out. I wanted to do a quick video about the chakras, what they are, so that way if anybody does ever wonder, what are chakras? What do they do? What do I hold in each of those? Everybody can look at the chakras. I have this fabulous card, so you can go on my website and actually download. This explains what each of the chakras are, and what colors they are, what is the energy behind it, because everybody that looks at my cards can say, yep, that's me. Yep, that's totally me. Yep, that's totally me. So we all know the chakras we struggle with and the chakras that get affected the most. And so it's so important to go through and clear them. So that ways it can help ground us and give us the momentum we need again to get moving and get those inspirations and feel passionate again and feel motivated, confident, and manifesting abundance, right? We want our chakras to be open to be able to manifest and be abundant and receive all of those amazing things. So I wanted to put a quick video together about that. So that way hopefully this will give you some great knowledge and information about that. My next video, I will dive into each of the chakras and we'll talk about, okay, what can you do for each of the chakras to actually get them moving and clearing. So stay tuned to this series of chakra videos. I hope it's super helpful. People have been asking me to do it, so I am listening myself. Great to see everybody, and stay tuned for my next series. Thanks. Bye.